Welcome back to the Yeni Shehir Stadium in Rize, one of the most famous cities in Turkey. It's on the Black Coast.
Saludemos la patria orgullosos, el hijo suyo, poderlo llamar, y juremos la vida animoso.
From that opening draw against Colombia. See the two captains there in the blue. El Salvador lost their opening game. They lost it heavily, which puts a lot of pressure on them.
Yes, and they received a lot of criticism for that performance, but I thought it was a little bit unfair. You know, it's their first appearance at this level.
You see there the physical mismatch in a sense, but Australia were wary that technical skills of the El Salvador players, and it was whipped in. There was an early half chance there. The defence managed to slam the door shut in the nick of time.
And certainly got a good engine as well. Because being somebody who can play fullback, gets up and down the pitch, got up in support and got forward on a couple of occasions for Australia in that first game against Colombia as well.
Most of the El Salvador players are faced with domestic clubs. Kevin Mendoza, the right back. Worked out to Ochoa, the left back, and René Gomez again. Back to Granito, who's the player who's come in, the only change they made. Enriquez decides to have a crack at goal.
Players, they try and take the easy option and by playing offside, and like El Salvador, they get undone.
They go long this time towards Connor Payne. Try and open up down that left side. That's Irvin, who goes back to Brillante. He might fancy a shot from there. It's well hit. Oh, it's more than well hit. It's a brilliant goal.
He stands out, but look, he's not going to stand out for his beard anymore. It's going to stand out for this terrific strike, fully 25 yards. He doesn't get closed down too quickly, so he's got a lot to do. And the keeper does it.
We haven't yet seen from El Salvador is enough to convince us they've got goals in them. This is Peña. Front of Chapman, he'll go back to Jairo Enriquez. Not a bad looking ball in, it had to be dealt with, and it wasn't. A great chance, and they've got a goal. Diego Coca, from the little man with a header, has got El Salvador's first goal at this level of under-20 football. Historic moment for Diego Coca, and boy, they celebrate like it as well.
And Guerra was found out on the far post. And Granito, brilliant just to get it back across the goal. And there's Coca, 5 foot nothing of him, heading it in at the far post, and that's a historic moment for this young El Salvador side.
Diego Coca, 1.65 m, we'll find out in a few years' time in Qatar.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Here's Connor Payne. Amazing run by Connor Payne. And it is dug in towards Taggart with a header. And a decent save by the goalkeeper. He tried to sneak it in there, the near post of Rolando Morales.
It's tripping. It's an excuse. There's a big pool of players in Australia. It's an outdoor country, and I think there's plenty of good players. Sometimes it's about what you're looking for in players. You need to change people's perspective and look for different things. Maybe not size, strength, power.
Mendoza.
What they've actually said.
Coca got the goal, first ever for El Salvador in the Under-20 World Cup. Mendoza did well there to return the ball to Jairo Enriquez. He's breaking forward. Barahona. A disappointing shot in the end, and he knows it. And I think it's to accommodate Granito, probably, I'd imagine, to try and toughen them up a little bit. Worked this situation well, El Salvador, and a chance to put it in the box, and a chance, and a goal! It's Peña, and full stretch, El Salvador turn this around. El Salvador lead against Australia.
Well, there's that combination we were talking about at the time, Barahona and Brillante. Barahona's coming to the midfield, did well. get hold of the ball and release Granito and put it right in front of him. There, he wins the ball. It's a good ball. He's onside, looks up, and all he has to do is concentrate on leaving that ball in around the 6-yard box. And Peña gets ahead of Chapman, and it's a typical centre forward's goal, just diving in front of keeper Izo. And wow, El Salvador 2-1 to the good.
To 4 points, so they've pretty much been qualified for certain. There's a shot at goal with the start of the second half. It was worth an effort, wasn't it?
It was a good effort as well. Well, he's been the best footballer on the pitch today. It's the kick-off from Granito. It's not that far away from each other.
Coca puts it towards the near post, and there was a chance, and there still is, and it's drilled wide. It was Barahona in the end who had the shot, a chance to score.
It's a good corner, but the run, Enrique crossing their post causes all sorts of problems, and Barahona just
go for another in-swinger, score the equalising goal. Peña, who was jumping behind, didn't get as far as him. Mendoza, back it goes to Coca, and he whips good delivery first time. Oh, the goalkeeper had to make a save there. It was Baumgartner, might just have been creeping in.
Yeah, it looked, I think as he heads it, it just gets off the surface. There you go, just gets off, gets quite high.
See, I would change things now from Australia's point of view, just for the mental stimulation as much as anything else.
I was looking at the bench, John. I'm just wondering, who can come on and affect the game? Is this Australia's special 11? We're talking about their lack of depth. Is that the reason why Paul Ocon has stayed with this 11 after their performance against Colombia? Not only because of that, but because these are their best 11 by a long way. And,
well, here goes Payne, putting some life into the performance now. It's a good-looking ball and terrific defending by Ochoa. A goal-saving interception by El Salvador's left-back. Irvin again. De Silva. And Payne. A little step over. What about the cross? Well defended by Baumgartner. Much better from Australia.
Much better again from Connor Payne down that left end.
Kind of thing you've got to get used to, I guess.
Yeah, and he would have learned more from this performance than he would from the star billing against Colombia, believe me.
Here's Peña. Shows his strength and his determination there. El Salvador's number 9. Gets support from Ochoa. Over hits his cross, Ochoa.
Yeah, did you say that? No wonder their player's going to bring out his own one. Put another line down. You know it's going to happen, don't you? In the water.
Granito, and he's drilled that one, and it struck the bar with real venom. Goalkeeper way away from saving it. Jairo Enriquez will put it back in. Good header away by Guerrilla.
There's a free kick, look, down the side of the wall where the fourth man should be.
And Chapman again. It's not bad delivery by Chapman. He's trying to pick out tackle. The goalkeeper's got to do well, and he did under the bar. Galloway loses out in the end to Maicon Oriana. Now it's with Jairo Enriquez, and he cuts inside. Be a spectacular game clincher there. It was Guerrilla who came and made sure it didn't carry on, did it? And they didn't create many clear chances. It's like El Salvador had a good spell at the start of the half. Now that is that going to be seen as a back pass? It is. They could have blown it here, El Salvador. The new tactic, you've got to move that ball before he gets his shaving foam out, haven't you? If you want to steal some distance on a free kick.
Yeah, all he needs to do is kick it, not pick it up.
He's got to kick it through the foam. It is McLaren, and he strikes it wide. And that's probably...
He struck it cleanly enough, but it's this drifted away. Not that far away, but...
And that was the last kick of the game, and look at the reaction from El Salvador. A victory on the world stage in the Under-20s World Cup. They came from behind. They played superbly. Coca and Peña, their goal-scoring heroes, as they beat Australia 2-1. Well, congratulations, Leroy, isn't it, due to El Salvador. A well-deserved victory in a hard-fought, but they played ever so well.
They certainly did, and after coming off the back of the performance against Turkey, I thought it was just an excellent performance. Where they got on the ball, they passed, they seemed nice and relaxed, and then they had the setback of the goal.